If you are a business person that is looking to grow your business in the new economy, this show is for you. My name is DRC Raming Jr. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Arawak X, a financial services firm. I'm a serial entrepreneur, futurist, and technologist. I studied robotics and after university chose to build my international business from the Bahamas. With all that is going on in the world, one thing is certain. The businesses that will survive and thrive have to evolve or die. This show will answer the question, what's next for us? What's next for the new economy? Join us on The New Economy. What's next? Welcome to The New Economy, What's Next? Our guest today is Regina Whylly, who is from the Whole Woman Network. Today we're going to talk about entrepreneurship, especially female entrepreneurship, and transitioning your business to the new economy. Stay tuned. So we're going to be talking about net exports and how that affects Bahamian businesses, foreign reserves, and foreign direct investment. So there are three players to this puzzle. There's the Bahamian business, there's the foreign customers, and then there's suppliers. What we're defining here as a Bahamian business is any company that does any production and creates value on Bahamian soil. So how it works is foreign customer wants to buy a product or service, and that can be a physical good or a digital good, and they pay into the Bahamian business, and then the Bahamian business delivers that good or service. So a Bahamian business, in turn, in order to create value, has to get supplies. And so there's a payout to purchase those supplies, and then there's a consequential delivery of those supplies. Net exports is simply payment in minus payment out. And because payments are done in international business in US dollars, it means US dollars in, US dollars out. If that in minus the out is positive, the foreign reserves go up. And if it's negative, the foreign reserves go down. Where does foreign direct investment and local investment come in? Investors, both local and abroad, are looking for businesses with a growth opportunity. There's opportunity to grow and expand their operations, and they need financing to do so. When I interview practitioners in the field, I'll always ask them the question, where are your pain points? Pain points simply means where is the friction? Where do they rub up against government, processes, etc. Don't take anything that the guest says as an attack or a criticism, but it is a reality. And like a doctor diagnoses the problem and then has to go and prescribe a solution. So I invite all policymakers, as you hear these things, not to take them as criticism, but as a way of helping to diagnose and treat the patient, which is Bahamian business. Miss Whylly, how are you doing today?
I am amazing. I am absolutely amazing.
You're enjoying this quarantine?
Yes, I am in a lot of ways, and it has been an adjustment, but I choose to adjust to the right as opposed to the left.
Yes. Why don't you tell us about the Whole Woman Network?
The Whole Woman Network is a platform that was designed. It was a company that was created to help to improve the lives of women spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially. It came about after my mother passed away from breast cancer. I wanted to make all the money, all the time, all she'd invested in me worth something. So I decided to dedicate my life to fulfilling my purpose, and that's part of what was given to me in that regard.
The Whole Woman Network is an online show, correct?
The show originated. I used to have a show on ZNS. It used to be on ZNS back in the day. See, you're young.
My age is showing.
It used to be on ZNS back in the day. It had a pretty good following, and I took it off the platform because I found that I was having a lot of difficulties in finding people to work with in terms of doing what I needed them to do. So once I started having that issue, I took it off, and then I started my platform 20 years ago, believe it or not. 20 years.
You've been at this a long time. People don't realize that business is something that is over a long period of time.
You ever hear the story about the iceberg where you only could see the top of what's down in the bottom?
Yeah.
Is massive. Well, that's how business and purpose is fashioned. I when I first started online, I had to wait a while. That's how come I'm now just moving into this position that we're going to talk about a little later. Because when I started 20 years ago, believe it or not, many of the things that you see today in technology was not created.
No, so all of this is modern. Like, I mean, even this my cell phone. These you got people got to remember this didn't exist until like 2007. So like,
That's what I'm
and a lot of
saying.
people are watching this,
Yeah.
so on these cell phones. So that technology just didn't exist 20 years ago.
No, it didn't. And it was very frustrating for me because I knew what I wanted. I knew what the concept was, but I couldn't find the webmaster that I was working with at the time, who was very intelligent, trained in college in the United States and everything. He was a coder. He coded, which was the thing back in the day. And he couldn't find the tools that I needed to make it work.
Yes.
So that tells you that when you're given a purpose and then you have something that you want to do, a vision, sometimes you have to take time, you have to wait, and you have to grow and become what you need to become over time.
Well, let's talk about vision and the importance of it. There is a, I want to say, a resurgence of women now looking at entrepreneurship, and there more and more people are understanding that your uh, business is a way of living out that vision. Why don't you talk a little bit about your vision and how you came to? Well, I mean, you said you spoke to about your mother passing, um,
Yes.
but how the show itself?
The show was something that was given to me because one of the things that I saw, I've always been a searcher. I've
Hmm.
always been searching to find out what my purpose was on this earth because I believe that I was created for something. And in doing the search for my own life, I realized that there were a lot of things that I needed information. And believe it or not, my mother died from breast cancer because she said nothing. She kept it to herself. And after she passed away from the breast cancer and didn't say anything, I wanted to have a platform where I could educate women about their bodies, about their minds. Because remember now, 20 years ago, it may seem like a short period of time, but
I'm only
that was
29,
some.
so that's not a, it's not a
So
short
you
period
and
of time.
I, then, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
And so for women, things were a bit different then. We didn't have people telling us about our bodies and medical stuff and all this kind of stuff. So I wanted to be able to educate women, create a platform where women could be educated about their finances, their spirit, their bodies, their mind, their soul, everything. I wanted them to have one place that they could come and get that kind of information.
Yeah, because it's the obviously I'm not a woman, so the, but the life experience of women is very different than the life experience of men. And so when you have experts in many of these fields, they started off as men, but we really don't understand the way that you're that women live, our
The
needs,
genetics.
our
You could understand the genetics. I remember when I was pregnant with my daughter, and I used to go to my doctor. And one time, my husband at the time said to him, she's always upset, and both of them are like trying to talk to me. And I said to my gynecologist, I said to him, now listen to me. You could deliver these babies all you want. You could know to call my body or whatever, but you will never know what it is to carry a child.
that's right.
So
That's right.
he
No,
laughed because he knew that that was true.
no, it's that some things are just have to be experienced, and
Yeah.
like one of the things that we seek to do. I'm the CTO of Arawak X. We seek to empower entrepreneurs in all of these spaces, and one of the big spaces that we see a great opportunity is in the female-led entrepreneurship,
Yes. Yes.
because there's it business is just about adding value, and there's certain things that a guy is just never going to have a vision for. He's
Yeah.
never I'm
Yeah.
never going to get some of this stuff. Not doesn't mean there's not a legitimate good business there. It's just never going to occur to me.
The thing for me is I've been fortunate in the fact that I've been blessed to be in the company of a lot of women now who are taking their businesses and taking them to a different level. I have Keishelle Davis, who we spoke about a little bit earlier,
Yeah,
who
we
has a
off
platform.
air.
She's making six figures in her business, six figures, and she's on her way this year to making seven in doing what she does, and she's
Wonderful,
phenomenal at it. Love
wonderful,
her.
wonderful.
I have another girlfriend, Kim Welcome, who has her own company. She does influential voices, and she goes into companies and does training and all that sort of stuff. And these are women that are in demand in companies to come in and teach their employees how to not be afraid of public speaking, how to be a better manager, all these sorts of things. I have my girlfriend Shalette Williamson, and she is that woman is she's amazing. She makes jewelry.
Let's talk a little bit about the like you say, this is the importance of what's called a mastermind group, having people surrounding yourself with other entrepreneurs that are similar to you, that you can kind of feed off of the energy of obviously encouragement, but also ideas and business models, etc. So why don't
In this COVID-19 season that we're in right now.
we'll be right back after a short message from our sponsor. At Arawak X, we understand that for businesses to grow, they need capital to hire staff, buy equipment, and fuel innovative ideas. We support this process by using technology, years of business acumen, and a world-class team to get business the investment they need to get to the next level. If you are a business owner and need between $100,000 and $3 million, contact us today. We will schedule a meeting over the phone or video chat. Get on the path to your dreams. Arawak X. Dream bigger.
Documents are part of every essential business process. That's why it is important that they keep moving forward. Documents can be forwarded to the wrong person, left behind on someone's desk, or in the worst case scenario, they're completely forgotten. So it can take an eternity for an invoice to be approved, for example. This causes aggravation and costs time and money. DocuWare takes your documents straight to the finish line electronically, without detours. All documents are always exactly where they are needed. Employees are immediately notified if they have to process a document. And what previously took an eternity is now almost incidental.
Let's talk a little bit about the like you said, this is the importance of what's called a mastermind group, having people surrounding yourself with other entrepreneurs that are similar to you, that you can kind of feed off of the energy of obviously encouragement, but also ideas and business models, etc. So why don't
In this COVID-19 season that we're in right now, we've gotten together, these same group of women that I'm talking about, and we've now taken our businesses from the natural, the brick and mortar, and we've now taken them online.
Yes.
And all of us have done it. And it's just phenomenal. I see the joy in their faces as we start to move into this new vein.
Like, why don't you talk a little bit about this transition? Because a lot of people, this show is geared towards entrepreneurs and business people that are looking for what's next. And transitioning into the digital world isn't, it doesn't take all, you don't need like degrees and difficult. It's not difficult.
No, it's not as difficult as people make it seem, as it seems. I am technically challenged, okay, and I'm moving into the age, and I'm doing what needs to be done. Of course, I have a webmaster, and my webmaster is a young woman as well, who's doing her business, and it's High Point, Katesh Labonamy, and she is amazing as well. She handles all my back office stuff because I choose to walk away from that. And let me say this in moving business now from this environment that we're in, DRC, is not going to be the same anymore.
No,
It's
the
not.
world has changed.
When we come out of this, business is going to be not unusual. And so now businesses have to start thinking about how they're going to transition their business, even if you stay in a brick and mortar, how you can now take what you have and take it online, so that even if it happens again, something of this magnitude, you have a way of making money and continuing on without being afraid.
And not only that, there's so much opportunity because now by being online, you become a global citizen.
You have the world as your oyster. You know, it's just how you maneuver around it. And the good thing about it is, I'm laughing and I'm excited about it because everything that we need to take our business to another level and to get ourselves internationally recognized and out there is, we have the people right here in the Bahamas that can do that for us.
Oh
We
yeah.
don't have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to people outside of the country to make that happen for us. My stuff I learned from Keishel Davis in 7 days. She offered a free online course, 7 days free. And then you had the choice whether you wanted to move forward or not. But what I learned from her in 7 days free has taken me to a whole other level.
Yeah.
And so imagine what you can get from her if you went even further with her. Everything we need is right here. The technology, the mindset, the training, everything is right here at home.
Yes, and financing too. If I could do a plug for myself, but you know, it's important that people understand that this is one of those moments where you just have to accept that things will be different and embrace it. And not only that, it's this is about to be a huge wave of for the world, and
I agree.
there's so much opportunity here in
See,
this
the
in
thing
this
about
moment.
it is, when one of the things that I know, DRC, is you have, when a crisis comes about, I was taught this by Dr. Miles Monroe. When a crisis comes about, there's always an opportunity. You have to decide whether you're going to get in on the opportunity and move whatever you need to move, so that when the crisis is over, you come out the chute running. That's a decision that you have to make. And I would say to any business person right now who is sitting back or seeing this or is in contemplation of what to do, sit back, think about where the world is going. Everything is online. And you have to now think of, I don't think that there's any service that you may have that cannot be placed online and be profitable for you.
Certainly the sales and marketing aspect, like you were saying earlier, even if you're a brick and mortar and you deliver your product physically, you can connect with your customers online. You can interact, build relationships. You know,
Make them feel special. Make them come back to you because they're your customers. You hear the operative word is your. And once you take the technology that's available, and there's a lot available, and you take it and you use it to your benefit, it is amazing. As simple as emails. There's a platform, that can take your email to a whole other level that will cause people keep coming back.
They're called CRMs, customer relationship management software. And
There you go.
yeah, and which one do you use?
I have several because I kind of alternate between my platforms, but I use Constant Contact.
Constant
which gives you
Contact.
the
Okay.
ability.
Yep.
Yeah, I
That's
use Constant
a very
Contact.
good one.
And there's another one.
I'm a big
Go ahead.
MailChimp person.
Yeah, and then I was going to say, and then there's MailChimp, because and that's just two.
Yeah, and what people don't understand is technology is just there to make your life more efficient. It's not. It's that's all it's there for. It's a tool. It's not. You're not.
It's not.
You're not
It's not
governed by
something
it.
to be afraid of,
No.
because a lot of people are afraid of it. People say all the time, "Oh, I'm not tech savvy," or "I'm not." Listen, I'm uploading videos. I'm going in and I'm creating stuff. I'm editing. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm not technically savvy. Some things are just click, add, upload, um, crop, and you can get it done very easily. And it can take your business to a whole other level. And it offers you, and then we have platforms now where you can get paid right at your bank account, right in your bank account. When I was trying to do what I was trying to do, there was nothing available. So I had to wait it out and come to this point where now I have the ability to get people to pay me right through my website.
Yeah, and so once you can get paid, once you could deliver the product, you have the makings of a business model. Now it's just about sales and marketing and stuff like that. So this is a channel for entrepreneurs in the new age. So why don't we? So let's talk a little bit about business model. How do you get in contact with your ideal customer? Like who is your target market? I mean, the whole woman network is obviously not directed towards me. We'll be right back after a short message from our sponsor. Think direct ownership of the Bahamian pie isn't for you? Think again. At Arawak X, we believe in the ingenuity of the Bahamian people. These times are uncertain and unprecedented, but we know that in every crisis there is an opportunity to add value to people's lives. To this, we understand that new businesses will be formed and old ideas whose time has finally come will be realized. We see this in industries long been ignored by traditional financial services and by society at large, particularly in our digital businesses, agribusiness, fishing, manufacturing, and even new touristic ventures. Due to our present circumstances, these businesses have finally been brought to the forefront. Arawak X seeks to give your ideas and your participation a means of making your financial dreams a reality. We give businesses and investors tools needed to finance them. Business is a complicated thing, with many moving and changing parts that often require multidisciplinary teams to turn ideas into reality. While no one can truly say which businesses will make it and thrive and which will not, there are certain formulaic traits that successful businesses have. This is why we here at Arawak X place such a high emphasis on corporate governance and the structure it brings to give companies the best chance at growth and expansion. Arawak X operates a regulated and financially inclusive platform that combines modern technology with best practices and a world-class team to bring together businesses and investors at every level, allowing wider participation in ownership of companies. So here's how it works. Investors, both foreign and local, individual and institutional, can view offerings and directly invest into these companies. We have spent several years and invested greatly in our staff and technology processes. We are doing this by greatly expanding the ease of investment. In other words, people will be able to participate in promising new ventures for as little as $50. The ethos of our institution is that of financial inclusion. And in this spirit, we ourselves will be a publicly traded company. In these next few months, as we roll out our platform, know that we view ourselves as an integral part of a wider societal change, the change that brings ownership, opportunity to everyone. We are pleased to work with our partners in industry, government, civil society, and the people in making the Bahamas the best little nation on this planet. As a first step, we have put together a free online course, the Intelligent Bahamian Investor Masterclass, that will give you some of the basics to investing. This can be found at invest242.com. Arawak X, dream bigger. Like who is your target market? I mean, the whole woman network is obviously not directed towards me.
It's geared towards women. My target market are women from 18 to 65, the ones who work and make the money. But also I mentor young girls. So the platform is for them as well, because I believe that as women, older women, we are to help to train the younger women. So for me, that's just a given. And it's geared towards helping them to manage their finances, which is vitally important. Helping them if they have a business idea, give them ideas on how to manage to create businesses, how to manage their products, helping them to have an avenue to get their products to market. So what I do in terms of reaching my market is I love videos. I don't know if you've seen some of the videos that I've created.
Yes, yes.
It's been
I
it's
was
been
fortunate
proven.
enough to be in one of those videos.
Yes,
So
you are.
so yes, I'm
It
very
has been
familiar.
proven that videos get more views than text. So for me, I transition, and this is through research that I've done to come to the place where I understand what needs to be done. Because everyday technology is changing, and you have to do your research. And there's Google, and there's YouTube, and there's everything to keep you up to speed, to train you, to bring you to a place where you can now go to persons locally and say, this is what I want, this is what I found, is this the best thing? Do you think I can use this? But what I decided to do was use video. And I find I get amazing turnaround and outreaches from people watching it. On the Whole Woman Online is a platform. It has the television platform where you can watch shows. I have created several shows that I produce myself, executive produce. The platform also has ads. You can place an ad on the platform. There's several sizes, several types. This is now where the money comes
Yeah,
through
there's
the
this.
door.
At a certain point in time, we got to talk about the money.
This is where the money comes through the door. I also do a show that I'm producing a new show that's going to be airing soon. It's one where we market your products for you, your products or your services. You come to the studio. And we take your product. Let's say you do
So
crafts.
it'd be like a
We take-
sponsored episode.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then I imagine
You come in.
people pay to be on the show.
Well, mind you, here's how it works.
Okay.
I have an international platform that I'm dealing with that is going to be taking my station and my shows out to 250 million people outside of the country. And what I'm doing with those numbers and with that show, it's going to be kind of like a home shopping channel show where people bring their products and we talk about their products, and the products are sold while we're talking about it, or people could come and purchase after the fact. And and we get paid in that vein.
Yeah, probably per view or per click. I mean, when you got that many people, it doesn't take very many of them to make.
There's a ton of different ways.
There's a ton of different ways to make money.
You can get paid per click. Of course, the products are the person's products. So I get paid once it's purchased through my platform. I get my percentage. They get theirs. There's a lot of different ways.
We also have policymakers who watch the show. I can see that from all of the statistics of who's watching the show, etc. And one thing that could be helpful to them, especially in this time of what are the pain points for you and running your business, and what can be done from a policy perspective to make it a little bit easier?
One of the things that I find, but I'm finding that shipping stuff out of the country, we ship in, we import everything. But shipping out
you're not the first person on this show to bring this up. It's important if we are going to find other ways of bringing money into the country besides tourism, that we have to be able to send things out.
That's it.
At a cost.
That's it. And it isn't like the products aren't here. The products that the women and in meeting with these women, we started a group where we were telling them, we had a quality control person who was looking at the products, making sure the stitching was right and this was right and everything was what it needed to be before it leaves the country. But then when you get all of this done, and now you're stuck at the border, more or less, you're stuck at the border. So I think one of the things, and even not just for me, I think for the individual women who are now doing it, it's a very difficult thing.
So any final words for our guests at home?
Well, every Tuesday, that started this Tuesday, so every Tuesday moving forward, you can go to thewholewoman.tv, or you could go to the Whole Woman Network, The Whole Woman, my Facebook page. You can watch it from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. And I look forward to having you join me.
Well, thank you for joining us and talking business and talking about adding value through online. Thank you very much.
I hope that something that was said would make it easier for some woman that needs it. And I look forward to joining you another time because we have a lot we still need to talk about.